Groveback is one of the more unique organisms on Darwin 4, particularly due to its staggering size. For some context, the Groveback is a gargantuan creature that walks on two legs, with a rudder-like hind limb that it drags along the ground for stability. Its height is comparable to a five-story building, or between 17 to 23 meters. For comparison, the Groveback could potentially be taller than the Beast Titan from Attack on Titan, who is 17 meters tall. This rudder-like hind limb of the Groveback is used for stabilizing. A similar evolution seen in many Earth animals is the tail. The red kangaroo demonstrates how tails are used to propel and assist movement. Not only does it use its tail to help walk and balance, but also to conserve important energy. This conservation of energy could be crucial during Groveback migration periods when searching for new breeding grounds. However, the Groveback's movement would likely be hindered by the feeble rudder. The red kangaroo's tail is quite intricate with its 20 vertebrae, making it quite dexterous. In comparison, the Groveback's hind limb doesn't seem to do much else other than drag on the ground, which may help with stability but also introduce potential drag, increasing its already gargantuan energy expenditure. From an evolutionary perspective, quadrupedalism would seemingly fix the Groveback's movement shortcomings and would likely be more plausible than a hind rudder. This can be seen in Earth's fauna, where quadrupedalism is quite prevalent. Another large problem, pun intended, in the way of the Groveback is the square cube law. Essentially, increasing dimensions by a factor of x increases mass by a factor of x cubed. This would mean that there is a limit to how big these organisms can get before they become unable to support their mass. Based on some simple calculations, the weight of the Groveback on Darwin 4 is estimated to be around 71 tons. Keep in mind that the gravity on Darwin 4 is 0.6 g, potentially making it more likely for gigantic creatures to exist. These proportions are not unusual. Going back to the Cretaceous period, the Argentinosaurus reached heights of up to 40 meters and was thought to have weighed up to 100 tons. This was all under the influence of Earth's stronger gravity. Another factor that could support the plausibility of Grovebacks is Darwin 4's oxygen-rich atmosphere. This factor is crucial for normal respiration. In fact, Earth's atmosphere used to have a much higher oxygen concentration of about 35%, which allowed giant species to exist. Grovebacks get their nutrients from a symbiotic relationship between them and trees that grow on their backs. These trees secrete sugars that the Grovebacks then absorb from the soil on their backs for sustenance. Considering Grovebacks go into hibernation for long periods of time, despite their large size, it is plausible that they could survive solely off sustenance from these trees if they were to reduce their metabolic rate. This type of behavior can be observed in many species of bears. A study was conducted on a black bear that, despite prolonged immobilization during a hibernation period of 5 to 6 months, underwent only a 10 to 15% loss in muscle mass and experienced no other adverse effects such as heart failure and bone breakdown, and could survive off primarily fats while preserving carbohydrates and proteins. The reduction in muscle mass may pose a problem to the Groveback though, due to its higher body mass. Grovebacks do sometimes fall victim to beach quills, who swarm them and use neurotoxins to kill them before consuming them. While the Groveback has some plausible qualities, they possess too many illogical features that lead to the question, why haven't we ever seen anything like them on Earth? Darwin 4 and Earth both share similar biomes, such as forests and grasslands, and Earth even had a similar oxygen concentration back then, but the lack of quadrupedalism, feeble hind limb, potentially immense energy expenditure, and muscle atrophy during hibernation means that such an organism does not seem very plausible.